Documentary brings awareness to one of the biggest cultural events ever, and the fact that it's just forgotten with the history. But everyone talks about Woodstock. It's absolutely baffling to me. And, you know, if In the Heights was a true summer celebration, this one will be as well. What's going on, buddy? Welcome back to a brand new movie review. Today we're discussing the brand new documentary heading into theaters and Hulu this week, and it's called The Summer of Soul, or When the Revolution Could Not Be Televised. This is again a feature documentary about the legendary 1969 Harlem Cultural Festival, which celebrated African American music and culture and promoted Black pride and unity. This is directed by Questlove, and of course you've probably heard that name before. And just for me, this was something that I had heard so much amazing things about this documentary because it was coming out of Sundance. So much great love was coming out of it. And again, I was sitting there, I'm like, all right, I missed it. Let's go check it out. And I gotta say, guys, this one honestly knocked me on my ass with how wonderful it was. And in fact, there are so many things in this documentary that just kind of are eye-opening. You know, when you started it, you're like, is this going to get a little bit depressing? Is it going to go into certain matters? And while it does address many different issues throughout, of course, African-American culture and even the Black pride and unity stuff, the thing that I really loved about this was how positive it is. And, you know, again, if you're a fan of music, you've probably looked into Woodstock and certain things from there. But the fact that this cultural event was completely forgotten, passed up, and no one talked about it. They even talked about it in the beginning of this documentary that it's just been, all this footage has just been sitting in a basement somewhere. It's baffling to me. In fact, one of the guys who was trying to sell the footage marketed it as Black Woodstock. And that's just insane to me that they didn't, like, that this is just forgotten. And just, again, this documentary is really special, and I really want to hear your guys' thoughts on this. Have you guys gotten to check it out? Have you not? Let's talk about it down below in the comment section. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so we can keep talking movies over here on a daily basis. And again, please go check it out. And if you can, I know it's streaming on Hulu, but this is really a theater experience, and the restoration and bringing this footage back to life really looks seamless. And, you know, we've seen Peter Jackson do this, but whatever Questlove did, this footage looks like it was taken just a couple weeks ago. But no, it was taken in 1969. And I think for me, one of the biggest things about this is it really takes you throughout the entire cultural festival, going through almost each and every performance and really much addressing every single one. And I think one of the biggest things that I really took away from this was the emotion that this festival brought. And again, you'll see artists playing, and then some of these artists, you know, if they are still alive or they could get them to the documentary, they're talking, discussing with them their emotion, and showing them the footage that they have probably never seen in their life or just heard about. Certain artists are looking at it like, yeah, I heard about it, but I've never seen it, and getting their reaction to it. Who, like, for me, you know, I do reviews, but I also do trailer reactions, and that genuine reaction of seeing that is so special and so enlightening. It really much just took me back, and I just sat there like, this is awe-inspiring. And you can just tell the passion and love that Questlove very much put into this documentary. And just what makes this documentary really special is, again, that passion and love that you can feel from everyone who is really much a part of this. I think it just goes again to show how the lack of awareness of this event is just a tragic example of Black history. It's being ignored. The fact that this has survived, like all this footage has been survived this long, but no one talks about it, it's baffling to me. Music documentary, it's really like no other. It's joyful, it's seductive in certain points. Very much felt like a turning point for many different African Americans during this time. And what this festival was, just like the joyous event that it really much brought it out to be, while addressing other things, I feel like is the strongest aspect of it all. The music that's weaved in between each and every one of the performances, and just hearing the performances and seeing these artists perform, it's really beautiful. And I just sat there going along for it and very much feeling like I was a part of this festival. Again, through this, discovering new artists, or even seeing artists that I've very much grown up with. One of the biggest ones was Stevie Wonder. Seeing him play. Like, I've actually never taken time to watch Stevie Wonder play, but seeing him perform in here was just, like, awesome, and it really made you feel like you were there. Again, going back to that passion and love that I really talked about, and is getting the reaction from people. The ending of this documentary is one of the most wholesome and most beautiful things that I've seen. Probably one of my favorite endings that I've seen to a film in 2021 so far. I just sat there just in awe and delight from that one in particular moment, and I think a lot of you guys are going to come away with that same exact feeling. Summer of Soul is truly one hell of an experience, and quite frankly will move you in ways I was not ready for. A forgotten celebration that everyone should see and make sure is not forgotten anymore. Plus, do not even get me started on how perfect that ending was. I really, again, can't emphasize enough, you need to see Summer of Soul. This opens up a pocket of history that no one talks about, but everyone should. It's touching, it's beautiful, it's emotional, and it's really much a riveting experience that I think many of you guys are going to be all in for when you guys get to check it out. So with all that said, I'm going to give Summer of Soul an A. Thank you guys once again for clicking on this. I cannot wait to hear your guys' thoughts on this one. If you guys are interested in seeing films early, make sure to head on over to Sandwich on Films. And of course, just a big thank you to you and a big thank you to my Patreon supporters, because without you, I wouldn't be able to do this. So of course, until next time, stay classy.